You also work in production, right? To my knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is effectively your full-time,
Uh,
quote unquote
the-
full-time job lah.
everything is full time for me. Yeah.
Shit, bro.
Yeah. I don't half as anything.
I see.
Yeah.
So you like to my knowledge lah, right? You do production and you write.
Yeah. I do my comics.
Yeah, you do your comics.
I publish my own comic books and all that. You know,
So how did you go into production?
They all started when I started off as I work in the media company.
Okay.
Then while I was in the media company, I was already doing my comics online lah. That time I wasn't doing at the manga. And I'm not working on the manga schedule yet. Then I got to know Khoo, YouTuber.
Yep.
And then last time he also was drawing comics online.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he started off
Cool,
drawing
cool,
comics online. It's a little known fact lah. Then like halfway through, he started picking up a DSLR and started shooting videos.
Uh-huh.
And last time he was asking me, "Hey Ernest, you free? You wanna act for me or not?"
All right.
But then I was working full time that time.
Sure.
At a media company, and I said cannot. Weekends can. Then one day I got a book deal with the publisher to publish my comic. So I decided to quit my job. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It wasn't not a reckless move. I think it was quite calculated because
Okay.
I had to make sure I have 1 year's worth of saving if I spend this much every month.
I see.
You know, provided no crazy things happening.
Sure.
You know, so I really pace myself, don't do crazy stuff too much. Then I realized after I quit my media job, right, I had more free time.
Right.
So I drove down drawing. Then after then we're like, hey, let's go and shoot out this evening. Let's go and shoot, and then that's how it's like, you know, it kept the ball rolling. So I had the opportunity to like express myself creatively in many avenues, like in terms of comics, in terms of videos.
Right.
Then the whole YouTube thing became a thing, but and so on. Then Dan and I decided to open a studio together.
I see.
Yeah.
So was you then? You guys are the one who opened up Macam Ya Studio lah.
It's me, Dan, Kelvin, and Brian. Yeah.
It's Kelvin.
Kelvin, you met him before, right?
I met Kelvin before. I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Maybe he's more like he's more like the business end of things.
Oh, okay.
So he's not really always in front of the camera.
Brian, yes, I.
Yeah, we met Brian. Brian is the brains.
Yeah, bro. Brian is
Yeah.
like
Technical wise, he's
He's an all handy man. Like,
Yeah.
anything, Brian's the guy to go. Like.
Yeah.
That's just the feeling that Brian gives me lah.
yep.
Brian gives me that feeling. You know?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so when you open Macam Ya Studio, right, you guys already knew what you're gonna do. Like you and then, like, okay, you know what, we are gonna do like a production company. We're gonna shoot advertisement for everybody, or just like go into YouTubing first.
It kind of like started off like we're still doing YouTube that time. But as time goes on, you start to get more gigs and more stuff, and then we wanted to be more seen as a serious production house. So we started to do more client stuff. So then that's when we realized that longevity wise, you have to be a serious production house. You cannot be like a bunch of guys doing YouTube forever, because I think that's not sustainable in the long run.
I see.
You know, so you still have to be an entity that still can generate revenue as a business. From a business standpoint, you have to be an entity that can generate revenue. Because if you always do YouTube videos, you do realize that a lot of these YouTube videos, they're not paid.
Yeah.
You do it for fun. But how far can you do it for fun?
Correct.
You know, like how far can you push it? So eventually you still need to do the client stuff. Then we do more of the client stuff, that's when you realize that, oh, I need to have a bigger team. That's when you hire more people. When you hire more people, then you realize,
You have
oh
responsibilities.
shit, I have responsibilities. I cannot just keep doing it for fun.
Yeah.
You know, so you start to take on more client jobs. When you take on more client jobs, then it's like, hey, we production house here. I think you're a production
Oh,
house.
sure. Before you know it. Yeah.
Before you know it, you're a production house. So the YouTube thing, yes, we still would love to do all those crazy fun stuff, you know. But of course, we have to take priority of things that can put food on the table also lah. Yeah, because we have responsibilities as well. We have a team, you know, and we would like everyone to have like a healthy work-life balance.
Sure.
You know, since that you mentioned you have a team, right? So your production house it's been running for how long already?
I think more than 5 years.
5 years. Okay, so when COVID came, right?
Yeah.
The first COVID, then we had the first lockdown. How
March
did
18th.
you guys bounce back? How you guys handle it?
Yeah.
Because you said you cater to your colleagues. What you have to make sure there's food on the plate.
So-
and by the time there's lockdown, you guys can't do any production whatsoever, man. Yeah.
So
Right.
we had to, you know, we tried not to, you know, let go anyone.
Yeah.
We tried not to cut their salary, you know, because we really enjoy working with them, and we see ourselves as a crew, you know, like we are tight lah, we're locked. So, you know, it's not fun to like treat them like any expendable kind of thing, of a person. You know, we don't want that. So we kind of like, you know, channel most of our resources in maintaining their salaries.
I see.
Yeah, so we took that sacrifice to channel more resources to pay our staff regularly without cut.
So I don't normally do the ads, but thank you to all the Patreons who support this channel. If you want to support us, feel free to participate as a Patreon member. And if you or you know anybody and anyone else who wants to join us as a guest on this podcast and you want to share some of your insights, some of your experiences, feel free to hit us up. We'll make it work. But yeah, enjoy this episode of Yamcha Sessions.
Yeah.
I just want to back up when he said that the feeling of the crew, because I worked with the studio for a couple of times. Everybody there is just, when I enter the office, they're just laughing, having a good time. It's not like, in corporate world, you must just do your work, I would just see colleagues doing work and suddenly like playing around. Then no boss, no manager will come like, hey, can you guys do your work? Then the boss itself will play with you, Maybe I won't say boss lah, I would say the crew itself will play with them.
No, that's because you're there. So
Hey!
I'm sure you have to be serious when the time comes also lah.
I mean, work
It's
is
like-
work and play is play.
Yeah, exactly.
But the good thing about our team is that sometimes when we do shoots, we enjoy it, so it doesn't really feel much of a work. It's tiring, yes. It's hard work lah. It's very tiring when you shoot until like late evening, until like early in the morning. I mean, he knows. He was with us
I was there, man.
a couple of times.
Morning until night.
Yeah.
But the atmosphere was good. It was
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
so fun. So it's a family lah, bro.
It's difficult actually, I feel, to consciously build a good culture within your business. What was there like a thought process to building a culture within your company, or was it sort of just organically you sort of
I
just
think
hired?
it's quite organic lah.
Okay.
I think we just put ourselves into it. Just be ourselves lah. We don't have to be like who we are not,
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think we have to give props to Brian the most for keeping everyone together, because that guy is our MVP lah.
I see.
Yeah.
Sounds like I need to talk to Brian, man.
Yeah, Brian's our MVP. Yeah.
Got it.
How did you guys get to know Brian then?
Dan knows Brian from high school.
Shit, they're high school mates.
They're high school friends.
Okay.
And then when we was about to establish the studio, I remember I met up Brian in IKEA. We were sitting on the couches, just chilling. And then I realized that I clicked with Brian. That day itself, the first time I met Brian, I clicked with him. Yeah, we jive very well.
I see.
So we just, hey, we have a good, communication. Sometimes when you meet someone and you just hit it off. Yeah, so Brian was that guy. Yeah. So it was great. We have a great working environment. And we try to, if you have issues, we try to resolve it in a very like diplomatic kind of way. We don't put emotions too much into it. I mean, once in a while it may have happened.
Right.
But we always, pull ourselves together and like try to work it out. Yeah.
Nice. So where would you see Macam yesterday? What is the end goal?
Yeah, correct. I was curious about that as well. Yeah.
Hopefully, right now because it's all COVID, so the end goal right now it's a little, maybe for me it's a little vague, because we're all in survival mode now.
Right,
So
right.
to have this end goal, I think the current goal now is
Survive.
survive first.
Yeah.
Survive first, then maybe you can think of this end goal next. Yeah. But back before COVID, we were like, we want to do movies, we want to do big projects. At least
I
typical of
see.
any production house. But
Sure.
now is survive. Yeah.
What are the process of you guys searching for clients? As a production house, right? Do clients come to you, or you just like email like Samsung? Hey, I'm from Macam. Yes, we do
I
this
mean,
one,
we do as much as we can lah. We when you go out and meet people, go to events, and just like do networking lah. So for me, I get invited to events. I just go to events and like, hey, so I also have a production house. Let them know what I do. Just basically lay all the cards on the table and
Right.
and hopefully someone bites lah. So sometimes networking can be fun, but at the same time it's also a kind of work lah. Yeah, and sometimes you just send out cold calls, emails, and like, hey, hi, if anyone's interested, or we get connections, or people like refer to us, or they memang directly come to us. It's many ways.